Hare Krishna, Jaya Jagannath. Welcome everybody to our daily Smile Srimad Bhagavatam. I'm Nanda Brajadas. Yesterday, if you guys are following along, we had a little audio problem, so we're making sure that those technical difficulties don't happen again. Pray to Lord Nrsimhadeva to remove any obstacles in our path to sharing Srimad Bhagavatam, to discussing it. Let me start our Zoom real quick here. Anybody who wants to join with Zoom is able to do so. That's done.
Recording in progress.
Recording in progress. Okay, let's start with our prayers. Sorry. Let's go right here. 1 second here. Boom, share. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, and we're going to share our screen right here for our daily prayers just before we get. Okay, let's start with our prayer to Lord Yamaraj, the Lord Dharma. Om Gravyadam Agnim Prahanomi Duram Yamarajam Gachatu Pravaha. Lord Yamaraj, the Lord of Dharma. We have obstacles in our way, but with Lord Yamaraj, he'll make sure that we continue our Dharma, no problem. Prayers to the spiritual master. Here we go. Om Gantimarandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, and my spiritual master so kindly opened my darkened eyes. I hope with a salve of love, I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. I'm checking my phone because a couple of my friends are watching it, making sure that our sound is right. So they're telling me that their computers are having a little bit of issues too. But I think that the sound is working okay. So let's keep going. Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. O my Lord Sri Krishna, son of Vyasadeva, O all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narotamam devim sarasvatim vyasam tato jayam udirayet. Before reciting this Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead Narayan, unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Sarasvati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Nashta prayasha breshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati utam shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtaki. By regular attendance in classes on Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, whose praise with transcendental songs is established as an irrevocable fact. And always this yajna, this offering, is for the pleasure of the Lord, for the benefit of every one of our SMYHL Sanga members, for the benefit of the world, and for those that we haven't found yet. We're meant to attract people that are help us. We work together as a team to help each other progress. And so we're praying to the Lord to please attract those that are meant for this Sangha so that we can help each other and progress nicely. Go ahead and share our prayers to the Bhagavatam. Each day we read one of the boons of the Srimad Bhagavatam. This is written by Srila Sanatana Goswami. I'm just going to check. Sound is excellent. Yes. Thank you, Anand. Appreciate it. Jagannath, thank you. I appreciate you also. Okay. Yesterday, we read the... which one did we read? I think we round to... we did number... I think we did number 3. I'm sorry, I'm not remembering what, but we'll, no, we did number 4. I remember this. Okay, we did number 4. Today we're on number 5. The boon number 5. O bestower of saintliness to the unsaintly. O exalter of the most fallen, please never leave me. Always appear in my heart and my voice with pure love. So each one of us should desire to become saintly. Saintliness is explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam about there's behaviors of those that are saintly, and cleanliness, austerity, speaking the truth always. And so this Srimad Bhagavatam bestows that saintly character. Wow, just by association. Exalter of the most fallen, please never leave me. Srimad Bhagavatam never leaves us if we approach it. The only time Krishna ever leaves us if we decide to turn our back. And even then he'll be like, hey, don't do that. And we have to be like, no, I'm turning my back. He'll be like, nah, don't do that. And we're like, no, I'm turning my back. And he finally says, okay, I want to give you your freedom to love me, to do what you please. So if that's what you want, then I submit to letting you go. Oh, amazing. Always appear in my heart and my voice with pure love. We want to speak in love. We want to speak in a way that is compassionate and loving. Okay, we're going to start on today, Sri Bhagavatam 1:13. Yesterday we did 11 and 12. And let's do the word for word. And it's nice because we're reading this Sanskrit, and most of us don't know Sanskrit, but our heart knows Sanskrit. The language of the soul is Sanskrit, so it becomes very purifying when we read it. However, the mind and the intelligence that we have, they like to hear and understand what we're talking about. So for the mind and the intelligence, we do the word for word so we can understand these words. Tat those. Na unto us, shushrushmanam, those who are endeavoring for, arhasi, ought to do it, anga, O Sutta Goswami, anuvranitum, to explain by following in the footsteps of the previous acharyas. Asya, whose, avatara, incarnation, bhutanam, of the living being, sheshmaya, for good, cha, and bhavaya, upliftment. Our sound cut out for a moment. It seems to cut out when we go to this to the Veda base. But I'm hearing that it's back. So let's continue. Where are we? Bhutanam, of all living beings, Sheshmaya, for good, cha, and bhavaya, upliftment, cha, and. Sanskrit. Tana shushrasamananam haryasyangu varnitum. Let's do that again. Aryasi anganu varnitum asyavataro bhutanam shemhaya cha bhavaya cha. Translation. O Sutta Goswami, we are eager to learn about the personality of Godhead and his incarnations. Please explain to us those teachings imparted by previous masters, acharyas. For one is uplifted both by speaking them and by hearing them. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada, Jai. The conditions for hearing the transcendental message of the Absolute Truth are set forth herein. The first condition is that the audience must be very sincere and eager to hear, and the speaker must be in the line of disciplic succession from the recognized acharya. The transcendental message of the Absolute is not understandable by those who are materially absorbed. Under the direction of the bona fide spiritual master, one becomes gradually purified. Therefore, one must be in the chain of disciplic succession and learn the spiritual art of submissive hearing. In the case of Sutta Goswami and the sages of Naimisharanya, all these conditions are fulfilled because Srila Sutta Goswami is in the line of Srila Vyasadeva, and the sages of Naimisharanya are all sincere souls who are anxious to learn the truth. Thus, the transcendental topics of the Lord Sri Krishna's superhuman activities, his incarnation, his birth, appearance and disappearance, his forms, his names, and so on, are all easily understandable because all requirements are fulfilled. Such discourses help all men on the path of spiritual realization. Okay, so this is a Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Prabhupada is giving us the process about how to understand Srimad Bhagavatam. And the two things that he starts off with are we need to be eager and sincere to hear. We want to know about the truth. We want to understand the absolute truth. We are doing it in a way that we're hearing these things, and the mind and intelligence might not have heard them before, and so they fight a little bit, like, what? That doesn't make sense, and it likes to argue with it and stuff. Which, okay, that happens, but we overcome that by going, okay, but let me try to understand. Let me try to hear. Let me inquire. Let me ask the questions so that I give the best opportunity to understand. And so this is the position we have as listeners. We want to ask questions. We want to reveal our concerns. We're not looking for blind faith. Blind faith is condemned. We're in a process of realization. Education is knowing, applying, and realizing. And that's what the Srimad Bhagavatam is. So many people get frustrated with organized religion or religion in general because it's a process of just blind faith. And that doesn't satisfy the soul. The satisfaction of the soul depends on realization, which is realization of their relationship with the Supreme Person. So this is meant to establish that relationship and help us progress in that path of that relationship. And of course, here we have Sutta Goswami, who is speaking to the sages. And so we have this wonderful environment for learning and teaching and education. And so we are fortunate that we get to dive into this. We get to be absorbed in it and hear this conversation. It's very amazing, right? Eager. We should be uplifted by this. If we're not, then we should ask questions. I'm not being uplifted. I'm confused. And then we can talk to people who have been uplifted by it, and they can encourage us. Okay, let's go to 14. Word for word, appanaya, being entangled, samsritam, in the hurdle of birth and death, goryam, too complicated, yat, what, nama, the absolute name, vivyasyaha, unconsciously, granan, chanting, tatyaha, from that, sadyaha, at once, vimuchetya, gets freedom, yat, that which, bibiheti, fears, svayam, personally, bayam, fear itself. Apana samsritim gorham yam yan nama vivshogranan tatyasyadyo vimachuyeta yad bibiheti svayam bhuyam. Translation: living beings who are entangled in the complicated meshes of birth and death can be freed immediately by even unconsciously chanting the holy name of Krishna, which is feared by fear personified. Wow. Purport. Vyasadeva, or Lord Krishna, the absolute person of Godhead, is the supreme controller of everything. There is no one in creation who is not afraid of the rage of the Almighty. Great Asuras like Ravana, Hiranyakashipu, Kamsa, and others who are very powerful living entities were all killed by the personality of Godhead. And the Almighty Vasudeva has empowered his name with the powers of his personal self. Everything is related to him, and everything has its identity in him. It is stated herein that the name of Krishna is feared even by fear personified. This indicates that the name of Krishna is non-different from Krishna. Therefore, the name Krishna is as powerful as Lord Krishna himself. Let's read that again. I think this indicates that the name of Krishna is non-different from Krishna. Therefore, the name of Krishna is so powerful as Lord Krishna himself, is as powerful as Lord Krishna himself. There's no difference at all. Anyone therefore can take advantage of the holy name of Lord Sri Krishna, even in the midst of the greatest dangers. The transcendental name of Krishna, even though uttered unconsciously or by force of circumstance, can help one obtain freedom from the hurdle of birth and death. So the Vedas, Bhagavad Gita, and such explain that the living entity has gone from body to body, what we call reincarnation, hundreds of thousands, millions of times before. We've taken a body over and over and over and over and over and go. And Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna even asked Krishna, he says, Krishna, you're talking about previous lives, previous things that happened that I don't remember, but you're talking about them. And Krishna says, well, that's because I'm the supreme person. I can remember everything. But you, being the living entity, forget your births. So we forget our births. But there is something that happens that continues from birth after birth, is that we have impressions from previous lifetimes. It's called karma. We have got karma from so many different lifetimes. And so this is the reasons that sometimes we have triggers or trauma that we don't even understand it came from. I remember when I was a kid, I was like 5, very young, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever. And whenever we'd go over a bridge even, I would freak out. I was so scared of heights. I wouldn't let my parents go over bridges. I'd be like, nope, we're not doing it. No clue. Nothing in my life within those 3, 4, 5 years that happened. But this just natural trauma of heights was there. And I'm not talking about like, come on, like, we're hanging off of the, a big crane or something like that. That would be understandable. But we're talking about like just driving over a bridge. There's just some kind of trauma there. And this is because in the previous life, there's some kind of impression that's still there. We have these kids that at 3, 4 years old are playing piano and playing it's not even understood how they know the songs that they're playing. Why? Because of previous births. So ultimately, we're meant to overcome these karmas or these past lives, these karmas of good and bad. We're meant to be free of them, because karma means to get the action or reaction of past actions. And that's a material thing. That's whether it's good or bad, we still have to be in this world to receive those actions. And the nectar or the cream of all Vedic literatures is saying, please stop this cycle of birth and death. Please don't stay in the material world. It's not natural for you. It's not the place that you're meant to be. You're meant to be in the spiritual world and with your relationship with Krishna. So therefore, Krishna is doing everything he can to bring us back. So what has he done in this age? He's given us his holy name. And so Srila Prabhupada is explaining here that in the name of Krishna is Krishna himself. See, we're too conditioned because of these past lives to be able to perceive the spiritual form of the Lord. It's said that there's fish, I believe is a clownfish or a clown shrimp. I can't remember. Don't quote me exactly, but one of these that can see colors that we can't even see. So there's so many things going on that we have no clue what's going on. And so in transcendental sound, our soul is connecting back with that spiritual nature, whereas the covering, the body, might not be perceiving it. We might not have the senses to be able to understand how much the holy name is doing for us. And so we chant with some faith that I'm hearing that this is good for me, and I'm going to try it. And then through the gradual, where does Srila Prabhupada say it? He says in here, sorry, give me 1 second. Maybe it was in the last one. Right here. One becomes gradually purified. So we have a tendency to want things right now, and we have to have some patience. The patience is that this holy name is purifying us. It is progressing us, and we just keep part of it. However, I will tell you this. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that even a little progress on this path will save one from the greatest fear, which is interesting because we're in this verse. It says Krishna's name is so potent. Fear personified is afraid of Krishna's holy name, right? So if we're progressing, there's a certain amount of satisfaction that the Lord gives us that we can continue to progress. And sometimes that satisfaction is to pull away a little bit so that we are eager to want to progress. So that's all a personal relationship with the Lord who's doing these things. He's giving us what we need when we need it, and he's pulling back when he needs to pull it. And as long as we stay, as the last verse explained, we stay eager, we stay determined, we stay resilient, then Krishna is there. He's there helping us, and we make progress, and we're gradually purifying. But that gradualness, it doesn't necessarily feel like only just gradually. Sometimes it will. My mentor explains that, like, sometimes you're on an adventure, and when you're on an adventure, you get to the swamp, and the swamp, you have to like go through the mud, and it's very slow and it's hard. It's like every step is like 10 regular steps, but you're resilient, and you just keep going and keep going, and finally you get on the edge of the swamp, and that whole time you felt like you weren't making any progress, that things were slow, but then you get onto that other side, and you look back and you go, wow, I actually made so much more progress than I thought. And that was tough progress. That wasn't easy. That was an easy traversing. That was an easy adventure. That was an easy climate. But because of my friend, the Supreme Lord, who was there next to me, encouraging me, and the devotees, the team that we have, the mentors that we have that are encouraging us to keep moving forward, it happens like that. It might be feeling tough. It might be feeling slow, but then we get to the other side, and I advanced so much more than I thought that I was. And so that's SMYHL. SMYHL is here to help us, to give us the support of a Sangha, a community that are here to help us through the rough times, through that mud, and to help us through the good times. Because I don't know about you, but I've had good times in my life that have really thrown me off course. But if we have those who care for our ultimate good, which is our relationship with Krishna, and are supporting us and helping us in that way, then if we accidentally we're on that path, that adventure, and we actually take a right instead of the left, our friends go, wait a minute, I think we took the wrong turn. Oh, okay, let's get back onto the other path. And we all do it together. And wonderful ideas and wonderful creations, wonderful adventures happen when we do this together. All surrounded by the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. For the pleasure of the Lord, for the benefit of all of it, the world, for the benefit of our community, and for those that don't even know us yet, that are meant to come here. Okay? Let's see here. I don't think we have anybody in Zoom, so we can't ask questions there. Let's look on and see if there's any questions. If you have any questions, you can type them in chat and we can answer them. If not, I'm going to give a moment for people to, in the chat, to write any questions. I'm going to show you our website. Maybe you're watching this on recording, and I've shown you guys this before, but I want to continue to encourage it because it's a really powerful. And on the bottom, this is our smile.com. We have our yagyas, the offering. What we're about is this Sangha, about the 10 dimensions of health. This is really important. Read about it. And then on the bottom here is a lot of Sangha tools. We have our WhatsApp. Our WhatsApp. You can click on here and get into our WhatsApp. You can, our YouTube channel, which you're part of right now. We have questions. You can fill out this form right here and ask any question that you're looking for answers. And then we have prayer requests. You're having a tough time, or maybe you're not having a tough time. You're just coming up to something that's really important for you, and you'd like some prayers. You can send in this form right here. And we have some people that will pray for you. Okay? I love what you said about how powerful Krishna's name is. It's amazing, isn't it? It's so kind of him to give us this process, to give us this holy name. Okay. Thank you all so very much. I hope that you all have a wonderful Krishna conscious day. May all of you be resilient in your endeavors, in your obstacles. There's two things necessary: is our endeavor, our effort. We be resilient. We have a good attitude. We move forward. And then we're always dependent at the same time of the Lord's mercy. We want his mercy. We want his mercy and our effort. And these two things together are resilience. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.